Adventurous kids explore with education and learning what a wildlife is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovering Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West. Adventurous kids, learning and fun. Adventurous kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about voting. Voting is a process by which a group of people can decide things fairly when they do not all agree. Voting is an important part of the type of government called democracy. In a democracy, people use voting to choose government leaders. They also may vote for or against certain laws or projects in their community. The right to vote is called suffrage. When the US government was first formed, only white men over the age of 21 were allowed to vote. This has changed over the years to include everyone regardless of race or gender. Today, anyone who is an American-born or naturalized citizen and is over the age of 18 can vote. American citizens living outside the United States can vote too, even those who are very far away. Astronauts have even voted from outer space. In most states, citizens must register to vote. When a person registers, his or her name is put on a list of people allowed to vote. When there is an election, they can vote. A poll worker will check each person's name against the list before they let the person vote. No one can make a person vote. No one can stop others from voting. Citizens do not pay to vote. We vote for candidates. A candidate is someone who wants to be a leader of a city, state, or national government. Voters have to choose our leaders carefully because different leaders want different things. Some will do things you really, really like. Some will do things you really, really don't like. That's why it's important to choose the leaders we want. In order to choose the best candidate, you need to listen, read, talk to people you trust, and ask candidates questions. Usually, we vote for someone who we think is going to vote and work for issues we find important. People who think like us. This way our opinion and viewpoint is represented in the government. Election day is the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. On election day, people usually go to a polling place to vote. Polling places are often in schools, community centers, or other public buildings. At the polling place, people vote for their favorite candidate. They use a machine to make their choice, or they mark their choice on a form called a ballot. Everyone's choice remains secret. After the election, machines or election workers count the votes for each candidate. The candidate with the most votes usually wins the election. It's important that each person's vote and get their voice to be heard, even though it may seem to not make a difference as your vote is one in millions. It's important that each citizen casts their vote. This is important for democracy and for our country, that people get to have their say and place their votes. Voting is one of the most important rights in the United States, Canada, and many other countries. Some nations have elections, but they do not give people any real choice in voting. In a number of these countries, people may vote, but only for people named by the country's leadership. Thanks for watching this Adventurous Kids episode.
What did you learn today?
Adventurous kids!
Adventurous kids!
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous kids!
Adventurous kids!
Adventurous kids!
Yeah!